As somebody who has been a fan of Shane Dawson for a few years, as somebody who has vocally supported him, who's bought his merch, who's watched all of his conspiracy videos, I felt that I would be hypocritical if I didn't speak out now and tell you what I feel. It made me physically sick to my stomach.
I have praised you openly on this challenge. I thought that you was this nice person that makes these documentaries. I asked myself, do I want to watch this person again? For you, the answer would be, I will never watch you again.
As a mother of a teenage daughter who is almost 14 years old, have to say that Shane Dawson, and this is to you, this is directly to you, I am disgusted with you. I will in no way support you or anyone who supports you.
It's okay when things don't go your way. I said, girl, don't lose your faith, 'cause you won't always be alone. You're more than your mistakes, and me, you'll always have a home in your heart, in your mind. Well, I saw in your eyes that I need to let go. I said, girl, don't lose your faith.
Hey beauties, and welcome back to another episode of Beyond Damaged. Now, if you hadn't already noticed, today's episode is going to be a little different than we normally do things. Today's episode is going to be more of a podcast feel, but I am going to show you videos, images, and audio tracks so that you're not just sitting there staring at the same picture on a screen, bored to death. So, I know this is something that I do not normally do, and I'm not going to make a habit out of it. I enjoy talking to you guys. I enjoy being on the screen. You know, you guys seeing my face and us talking one-on-one. But I tried to shoot this video several times and I just could not get through it. So what I ended up having to do was writing down everything that I wanted to say. That way I made sure it all got into this video, and doing it this way because every time I tried to shoot it, I just got so angry and so disgusted. I would have to stop in the middle of the video and restart the video at a later time. Now I know I'm supposed to be doing the Bardstown series for you guys, and I promise that is coming. But this information just came to my attention. Now, I don't know, I must have been hiding under a rock. I don't know, to be honest. But I had no idea of this huge scandal, of all the drama that surrounded it, and of what kind of person that Shane Dawson truly is. Now, when I first started avidly watching YouTube, one of my first and favorite influencer years ago was Shane Dawson. I love to watch his conspiracy theories and his documentaries. That he seemed to truly care about the people that he was doing the documentaries on, which is what truly touched me about Shane. How truly caring and thoughtful and loving that this person was. My YouTube taste has of course evolved over the years, from the conspiracy community to the beauty and makeup community to the reptile community, back to the beauty and makeup, to finally true crime, which is where my true passion really lies. Now, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love beauty and makeup. You guys know I try to incorporate that sometimes, but I absolutely am in love with true crime. Now, some of my favorite true crime YouTube influencers are Bailey Sarian, Stephanie Harlow, Kendall Ray, Christina Randall, It's a Crime, 10 to Life, John Crimes, and while he's not into the true crime, I also love D'Angelo Wallace. Now, the person who made me aware of this situation was actually Stephanie Harlow and her video. Now, with Stephanie, you can always expect her to do her research and dig deep into something before she ever reports on it. She's just not going to hear something, read something, or see something from one source and automatically make a video on it. And that's what I like about her, how she spends so much time digging into her research subject and gives the facts about the case or the subject matter. So when she made her video about Shane Dawson, to say that I was floored was a true understatement. I was disgusted. I was disheartened. Is there even really any words for what I seen on my phone screen? Because I can't think of any. So of course this sent me on my own journey to discover the facts surrounding this matter, I'm gonna say, with Shane Dawson. And the more I dug, the more disgusted I became. But I want to start off telling you guys the story from the beginning, because it sheds a little more into the light of the kind of person that he truly is versus the kind
about
of
him
person
that I just
he
adore and
portrays
love, and
to
he'll grow
be
out of this and
on
he'll
social
mature, and I
media,
want to be
which
someone
is
that can give him
what
solid
a lot of
advice,
people do
and there's
on
something in
social
my
media.
heart that is
They're one
pulled to him,
person
and
in
I
real
love
life,
him,
and then they
and
have a
I am
persona
there for
on
this
social
kid
media,
through and through.
which even if we
And I
don't
tried to be that
realize
person
it,
for you, James.
like
I
me,
really
I'm
tried.
kind of more exaggerated
I don't think there's any
on
getting
social
through to you,
media
and
than I am in real life, where I'm more
don't want
laid back.
to be friends with
Because
you. I don't
want
want to be
people
associated with you,
interested in your
and
content.
I need to say that
But
very
one thing
publicly
I'm not
so that this
is a
chapter
totally
can just be
different person.
closed.
And I'm just going to show you a couple key points along the way that prove that Shane Dawson is a completely different person than he tries to be on the internet. So to do that, we're going to have to go all the way back to 2019, 2 years ago. So I don't know if you guys remember, but if you follow the makeup community,
almost 3 years ago now,
you're
when I was
going
first
to
coming into the
see,
industry, and
or
when
you're going
I
to remember
had no friends
that
and nobody to talk
around
to
2019
or look up to,
is when
and Tati
James Charles
very quickly
started
took on
skyrocketing.
a
You
parental
also
role
had
with me.
Shane
In regards to the
doing this
Coachella situation
documentary
with the
on
brand deal and the
Jeffree
security guard,
Star,
I've already told my
and
truth
they
about this
were all
twice.
friends
Coincidentally enough,
with
Tati really
Tati
was one of the people to sit me down and tell me how it looked from the outside.
Now, in 2019
and let me know,
is when
hey,
Tati
talking to these
put
boys
out
might get you in
her
trouble one day.
video that was labeled
She was right.
Sister, which basically made James Charles out to be someone who tried to force men to do sexual favors because of who he was, whether it be straight men, bi men, gay men, whatever. This is who she tried to make James Charles out to be. Then, I think without thinking a lot about it, James Charles was in Australia when all of this happened, and so he responded to Tati and was just being bombarded by the actual news, social media, and what have you. And this actually took him to a really dark place, but here is his response.
In this video, I want to make it very, very clear that everything I said in that video in regards to my sentiments towards Tati and my apology, I stand behind 100% and still reign true. I know I got emotional in the video. I apologize. It was something very, very hard for me to deal with. Tati had uploaded a video to her channel called Why I Didn't, and this morning, Jeffree Star was on Snapchat talking about the whole situation. First and foremost, I do want to issue a thank you to both Jeffree and Tati for taking some of the responsibility for blowing this whole thing up. When I thought that as a friend, she deserved a courtesy text to let her know the context of the sponsorship and everything that was going on.
Not even get a phone call, to not even get a text a few days prior, but right after that sponsored post went up, to have a text like, hey mom, love you, I'm stressed, just so you know, XYZ, I just did this post, but it's no big.
Before posting my stories, I actually did text Tati first out of respect for her, giving her a heads up about the sponsorship, but she was immediately upset. I tried my best to kind of explain the entire situation and also give her a direct apology as well, but at this point I had signed the contract and I absolutely had to post it. There was no getting out of it. I then headed to the airport and took off on a flight to San Francisco. By the time that I had landed 1 hour later, Tati uploaded all of her Instagram stories of her crying, talking about the friends and community that haven't really supported her, how she was alone, and how she felt very, very hurt and betrayed. Very quickly, people put two and two together and realized that this was clearly about me, and I started getting thousands and thousands of tweets and comments and texts about the whole situation. I really wanted to make sure she saw that I was sorry, and I wanted to end the situation by taking full responsibility for my actions. reaction. On May 2nd,
Jeffree
Sam texted me
Star
from his friend's
and
phone
Shane Dawson
saying that he
start
was fully
projecting
gay
everything
and needed to talk to me about
Tati,
something
like everything
important.
was her
I called
idea,
him,
her
and instead of talking about that,
fault,
he asked me if I was
that it
talking
was
to another
all
guy at the
on
same time
her.
that I was talking to him. I was a little bit confused
So
as to why I was being asked
James
this, but I did answer him honestly, and then I asked him what made him come to a conclusion with everything. To which he said, I'm actually not fully
Of course, I'm sure
gay.
he talked to some
After doing this a
lawyers
million times, I was
and
frustrated,
everything, making sure
and
what
I
he
hung up.
said
In my kitchen
was
where
things
Tati,
that he could
James,
say,
and
and this is
Gabriel all
what we
came
got.
over, and I told them the same exact story and showed them the same exact screenshots that all of you guys just saw. After hearing this, like Tati said in her video, Tati and James actually did have a heart-to-heart conversation with me about the boys that I get involved with. They told me that talking to curious guys was going to continue to get me hurt, and that also it could look really, really bad from an outside perspective if somebody tried to manipulate the situation. And for me, this was a major, major wake-up call that I took to heart, because I honestly had never thought about it in any other way, because I knew that everything that I was doing was always consensual between both me and the boy, and I had receipts to back it up. But I wish I knew at the time that Tati's advice was really a warning, because she did exactly what she told me someone else may, which was tell my story with no details, no facts, and no proof, and twist it around, and now serious allegations have surfaced that could permanently damage my career. Now, like I said, the talk that happened in my kitchen, I really did appreciate, because it was the first time I kind of took a step back and was able to analyze what was going on. Including me fully, to be honest. Yes, as a gay man, I am attracted to men, and in the past, whenever I have found a guy cute on Instagram or on social media, I have slid in the DMs with a simple hello or a nice compliment. If anybody ever made it clear that they were not interested or were not gay and didn't want to talk, I always apologized for the unwanted attention, and the conversation was put to a halt immediately. I do take full responsibility for sending these messages, and this situation has definitely taught me that sending messages that are so forward and direct like this are unacceptable, and I no longer will do that moving forward. A few different guys that I've talked to in the past have since came forward with their stories or posted screenshots of conversations that I had with them, saying that I made them selfies back and forth to each other. He was super, super sweet, but it was very clear to me that he was not actually interested, and the conversation stopped before anything could even get remotely flirty at all. With everything going on, I did not reply to Jeffrey's text in the moment. A few days later, on Monday, I woke up again in the middle of the night from a phone call from my little brother Ian, who was very, very upset. He told me he had tweeted saying, why do people act so tough online about somebody from his hometown who was bullying him? And Jeffree Star, of all people, had quote tweeted Ian's tweet saying, why is your brother a predator? Why did you really move back to New York City? Exactly, shut the fuck up. Many people were quick to call out Jeffree for bullying a kid who had nothing to do with the situation literally at all, and he deleted the tweet. After this, I went to check my phone and noticed that Jeffree had 2 minutes prior, and I opened my phone to this. I really want to read this text out loud, just so you all get to hear exactly what I had to read, but also so I don't miss anything. Grayson is going on camera shortly to finally tell the world how you tried to molest him and touch him in his sleep and made him uncomfortable for months, you sick motherfucker. Next, Zach will be going on camera to tell how twisted and sick you were, trying to get him to like you and then make him feel bad when he didn't want to send you photos back. Then Sam from Seattle will be joining me and Cameron to talk about you trapping him in his hotel room. You need to be locked in prison for a very long time. You need the internet taken away from you. You are a danger to society. As disgusting as it is, I have to admit, bringing up Grayson Dolan was pretty clever. At the height of all these allegations and stories going around, both of the twins unfollowed me, not wanting to be associated, and fans started speculating that the rumors could be as to why. Too bad that aside from our pre-planned collaborative jokes that happened in the Sister Squad videos, me and Grayson flirting, nothing ever happened between us. And when all this went down, I knew Jeffree was lying, because the twins were two of the first people to call me and make sure that I was okay. I already mentioned Zach, and I still have no idea who the Cameron Jeffree's referring to in this message is, but he also brought up Sam last, who we also already talked about. Later on that day, though, Jeffree was right. Sam did upload a video to his YouTube channel telling the whole story. He left out almost all the details and included an illegally recorded FaceTime call, which was on May 2nd. Told you to remember that. But even through all of this, he still managed to get the point across that our interactions were 100% consensual. For a hot minute, went to a place so dark that I didn't think that I was going to come back from. And I can't believe I just admitted that on camera. I
I'm 31, almost 32. Those apologies suck. I don't know who that person is anymore. Every apology video I've ever made has been from fear. It's me sitting at home thinking the whole world hates me and crying and hyperventilating and then just turning on a webcam and just saying I'm sorry and then hoping people know I'm a good person and then it'll go away. Right now is very much a time of wanting people to be accountable, wanting punishment for people, and I agree. And that's why I'm making this video. I saw Jenna Marbles' video and it really punished for things. I feel like this moment right now is very necessary. I'm going to apologize for a lot of things that I've done or said in this video, and if you don't accept the apology, that is 100% okay. And I think that's something that as I'm getting older now, I'm realizing it's like you can apologize, but you can't expect the other person to just forgive you. Like that's doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to start with all the racism that I put onto the internet as a adult, not a child. I was at least 20 when I started YouTube, and I made the decision to play stereotypes of black people or Asian people or Mexicans or pretty much every race. I made that decision. I said, oh, this is funny, and I put it on the internet. That podcast is a source of so much awful shit for me. So on my life, I am not somebody who would ever talk about a child, like in seriousness. I would never talk about a child in any way that was inappropriate. That is disgusting. That is gross. It is not something I would ever do. It is something I did for shock value because I thought it was funny or like, oh my god, my child molester character or whatever. It's all gross.
In the past, things he has said in the past, what he had said on podcasts, what he had written. I mean, it's gruesome, and I'm going to get there and show you guys all of this at the end.
I was blind. I was so blind.
But he then put out an apology, taking
I don't want any part of it anymore. None.
Video.
None. Back in 2019, Jeffrey started talking a lot more crap about James Charles than usual. It seemed that doing so had become his biggest obsession. It started with him telling me right before filming our collab together for James Charles's channel that James Charles actually didn't want me there, that he had wanted Nikki tutorials instead, that said he had had my back. Things further escalated at my birthday. Every time James Charles's back was turned, Jeffrey would tell me that James Charles was out of control. He even texted and called me the following morning to apologize for James Charles's behavior at my birthday dinner and how embarrassed he was for me. I initially dismissed it as jealousy because James Charles's career was on a rocket ship at the time, but as the weeks went by, every time I saw or spoke with Jeffrey, it seemed to me that James was all he wanted to talk about. I even met with Jeffrey in his Killer Merch offices in March to discuss Jeffrey developing and managing my merch. And as we were touring his warehouse that was filled with sisters' apparel, it seemed that all he could do was speak poorly of James Charles. Over the next few weeks, Jeffrey began talking to me about how Shane Dawson was a big fan of mine and wanted to meet me, and how I should be involved in their docuseries. Eventually, Shane reached out to me by text and started DMing me on Instagram. Shane said I was the queen of makeup reviews on YouTube. I didn't know much about Shane Dawson. I knew that he was viewed as the king of YouTube, and he had done amazing series with Bunny, and
So
I hadn't watched much of anything else other than Jake Paul series and of course the series with Jeffrey. I actually hoped he would want to help me tell my personal story one day about all the pain and heartbreak in my life that led me to wanting to start my own YouTube channel back in 2010. I wish I had researched him better. I wish I had watched his old videos. I wish I had educated myself and I was aware of his earlier content. All I knew at the time was that Shane Dawson was the most adored documentary filmmaker on YouTube, so I invited him over to my home to play with makeup and to get to know him. I shared that I had been the victim of sexual assault. I spoke about my faith and told him how deeply I feel for others. He shared with me that he was an empath and that he could feel all of my pain. He pledged his unending friendship and loyalty to me forever in this life and in the next one. He told me that God had called me to be a beacon of light for the world, so that it could be a better place. He also shared that Jeffrey had wanted me to have a small role in their docu-series, but the entire series was quickly changing because there was something horrible happening in our community with James Charles. He said that James Charles was a monster with many victims. Yes, I knew that Shane was friends with Jeffrey and that they were working together, but I thought to myself, why would Shane Dawson, the king of truth on YouTube, be turning against James Charles unless these things he was saying were true? Why would Shane sit in my home and spend so many hours telling me these horrific allegations if they were not true? Shane said that James Charles was a monster and that James Charles was hurting minors. Shane said he was planning to interview victims for the docu-series. He told me that something needed to be done to stop him from hurting more people. Over the course of the next few weeks, he and Jeffrey fed me so much information that I felt sick. Almost every day, there was more information and new allegations. Shane Dawson didn't just know about my bi-sister video. He offered to help edit it. He even offered to design the thumbnail and help title it. I declined his offer, but his gesture supported and reinforced for me that he was telling the truth. Why else would he jeopardize his career? So surely Jeffrey was telling the truth too. Keep in mind that up until this point, I didn't even know I was making a video. So how is it that so many editorial outlets knew that something was coming before I had even made a decision to film? I struggled with the decision to film my video for days. The night before I did film, Jeffrey sent me what he claimed was an audio file from an alleged victim and told listen to the pain in their voice. The audio was clearly a small portion of a larger conversation. It wasn't enough for me to contact the authorities. It was enough to scare me. As a victim of abuse myself, I know how terrifying it is to think of facing public humiliation and legal proceedings. It wasn't my place to contact authorities. It was not my place to contact authorities or the alleged victim, and I made no mention of it in my video. The night before posting my video by sister, I texted Shane sharing my concerns for James Charles, that he was out of the country on the high floor of a hotel and I was afraid for him hurting himself. Shane texted me back and said that I should not be nervous about the 50th floor, that James Charles was a narcissist and that he would never do that. The day the video went up, Shane requested to come over to my home and film and document what was happening. I declined. After a few days of Jeffrey fanning the flames on Twitter, no victims appeared as they had stated would happen, and no evidence came forward as they stated would happen. The last time I spoke with either Jeffrey or Shane on the phone was the night before Jeffrey's "Never Doing This Again" video. Shortly after, the relationship dissolved entirely, and I was so confused.
Another ad. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. This is so fucked. This is... Oh my God. Okay. I'm live because I can't even process. I need a drink of water. I can't process this. This is insane. This is insane. This is insane. This woman is a fucking... Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm gonna wait till as many people get in here as possible because I'm losing my mind. Keep playing it. Keep playing it.
I didn't know I was making a video. So how is it that so many editorial outlets knew that something was coming before I had...
Because you message drama channels! Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
The night before I did film, Jeffrey sent me what he claimed was an audio file from an alleged victim and told me to listen to the pain in their voice. The audio was clearly a small portion of the conversation. It wasn't enough for me to contact the authorities. It was enough to scare me.
Well, then why would you make a video on the matter claiming these allegations?
Because she is a fucking... I can't. I don't want to say mean things about people. This is insane. This person literally... Oh my god. Okay, sorry. Keep pressing play. I need to get through this video so I can fucking... Oh my god.
As a victim of abuse myself,
Oh my god.
terrified.
You are so manipulative.
Think of facing public.
You're fake crying. You are fake crying. That is not real. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I was molested. I have been. Oh my gosh. That is not.
I made no mention of it in my video.
Oh my god.
Get off.
The night before posting my video of my sister.
So here is Shane's reaction to Toppy's video.
Guys, so as most of you know, I just got back from VidCon, which was a great family-friendly G-rated time. Okay, so please explain what you want me to do.
I want him to chew that gum and then give it to me.
In your mouth?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Yes! Oh, with your hair back and forth. Be fucking my dog. Actually, you know what? I can. Drew. I told Drew to fuck my dog, because Drew was like pretending to hump him, and I was like, maybe just fuck him. It's been a minute.
Beastiality?
So I guess I could see that, but like if another dog was fucking my dog, well, I guess I'd think that was cute. I don't know. If I had a child, which is the same as a dog to me, well, I guess when they're a baby, you don't want to picture somebody fucking them.
No, someone did that though. Did you hear that news story? Some guy killed a baby because he was like, he like raped her and fucked like a 4-month-old baby, and the baby died.
Fuck.
Isn't that disgusting and amazing?
Where did you read that?
It was on the news.
Amazing.
It was like meaning like, what the fuck? Like, who are you? Are you kidding?
That's
a fucking
insane.
Baby?
What does that even mean? So did it die because the dick went through its head?
Honestly, did not research super hard because I was like, this makes me really uncomfortable.
We have a question.
What is it?
Now,
Very important question. And you don't need to feel shy about it.
No, really?
It's natural.
Disturbing
Is there anybody around? No.
disturbing video.
Yeah. Do we want to talk to you?
And
We want to explain what's
something
next.
that you may not want
get
to
it.
watch, but I
Oh, where's the other peep? We should probably explain.
We'll just use peeps.
No,
Okay, well, one peep and then we'll use you.
Oh.
So, we'll just pretend like that's, you know.
and deceive to get to
I
the
mean,
top.
that
And
works.
his friends,
See, this happens.
he
See, oop.
is more than that and worse than that.
Ah! And then you're so happy when you're an adult. I can't believe I'm endorsing this. Look what you've turned me into.
So Lucy, does that make sense?
Can you reenact it for us?
But Lucy, listen, you should be in love and you should preferably be married right now.
What?
I'm trying to get answers.
I'm not gonna give you anything.
How old are you?
I'm 12.
She's
This
on
is,
period,
feels very.
right?
No, what?
Are you? No, you're not on your period? You bleed.
No.
Now listen, you have a boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
Now what did I tell you? When he says, can I put it in, you say,
No.
good. High five, girlfriend. Now when he says, what about just in your mouth? You say,
No.
no.
You say, I bite. Right?
12 years old, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
I love you too. Can you twerk for us? I know twerking is insane.
Oh, I love you too.
Oh, I love you too. No, shut up and twerk. Maybe she can't hear us. Give it.
Okay.
Twerk.
twerk for us.
Oh,
Here we go. She's moving in front of us.
Yeah! Good girl!
Yeah, now tell her to show herself.
Stop it, Shane.
My house and visit me. I'd let you play with Barbies and then we'd bake cookies. That one that turned you gay. The one that turned you gay. The one. The one that turned you gay.
And iCarly, she's so cool and attractive. I love the way her hair flows down her back and brushes over her giant ass. Oh, that shit's so hot. And you know her and her butch friend experiment. I mean, wouldn't you, Deezy? Oh, and her newly developed breast. They're speaking to me. They're saying, hey, Millie, do you want to suck on us? Ooh. I mean, don't you think she's sexy, Deezy? Hey, what does sexy mean?
Jump Luff!
Deezy, did you just come?
What? No!
Wait, Deezy, follow-up question. What does coming mean? Can you explain it to me in graphic detail?
Yeah.
Whoa! That reminds me of the thing that my dad used to shove in my mouth when I was 3. Memories.
Sexy bitches wearing my Hot Topic shirts. Damn. Oh, if Justine wasn't watching, I would rape all of you. Oh, yeah. I want all those shirts on my bedroom floor instead of on your underage bodies. Oh.
I'm so sweaty right now. Like, can you see my pants? I was like itching myself and I'm not wearing any pants. And then I realized I was on camera. This is a bad.
So let's have sex. So it kind of makes sense to me, even though it's horrible and I don't think molesting children is good, it kind of makes sense to me why he actually molests children, and that's kind of how I feel with it. Does anybody agree? This Twitter chat's kind of slow, but does anybody agree? I kind of feel like that's how it is. So, I don't know. It kind of makes sense. That's how I look at it. It's like, you know when you were 5? When you were 5 years old and you had a crush on a 5-year-old girl or boy? Because you guys are both 5? But you look back on it now and you're like, how could I have liked a 5-year-old? It's like that. He likes 5-year-olds because he's 5 mentally. So I don't think he was an evil person. I don't think he's in hell. I don't know, but I don't think he's an evil person. But I definitely think he was mentally. There's a problem, and I'm glad he's gone now before he got too crazy. At least now he left when he was still on top, I guess.
Is Armenian.
No, is she what Rebecca Black is? They look similar.
Oh, no, I don't think we were asked.
Rebecca Black has made a little less of a sex tape. She hasn't had sex with as many black guys. She did probably with that guy in that
She's
band.
15. Stop it.
She's growing up. She's almost 16.
Not.
She told us, when I asked her, I said, how old are you? She said 15. I said, that's so young. She's like, I'm almost 16. As if when she turned 16, we could talk about dicks to her.
Yeah.
Probably not.
No.
Well, I have an UGG.
Oh, okay. Excuse me.
This is an UGG that I just realized a few days ago. I was with Lisa and we ran into a child. I'm not going to say why or how, but we ran into a child.
Like in your, wait, hold on. In your
with
car,
my car, I hit the child.
Okay.
It was dying on the side of the road.
Okay,
and I
great.
said, I should probably ask what its name is. No, but this child was probably 6 years old. And I was taking a picture of something, and the kid turns to me and goes, "Oh, are you Instagramming?" And first of all, how does a 5-year-old, 6-year-old know what Instagram is?
Right.
Which is terrifying. Second of all, I was embarrassed because yes, I was, and it was a picture of my salad. So then,
that's soup plantation salad. I saw it. It looked amazing.
And the 6-year-old girl goes, "Oh, how many followers do you have?" I mean, first of all, it was almost like one of those contests where it's like, "How big is your dick?" And this kid slapped her huge dick on the table and was like, a 6-year-old who goes, "Oh, I have 125,000."
No.
Her dick was almost as big as mine.
Really?
And I said, "Okay, little big dick. Why do you have so many followers?" And she goes, "Oh, I'm a cheerleader." And I'm like, "Oh, really?" And she shows me her Instagrams, which are like, first of all, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but like, she's like sexy.
You're disgusting.
I know. Listen, we've talked about pedophilia
No, this
before.
is Shane. Like, do not say this, and like, I don't even want to talk about it. Like, you will get arrested. Like, he kind of can.
Listen,
he has this
allegedly-
justification for pedophilia, and it's so disturbing. And like, I just pretend that he doesn't.
Okay, wait,
and,
no. Let me explain. Let me explain.
Oh God.
Here's my justification for pedophilia.
I can't.
Okay, first of all, let me just say, having sex with children or touching children or anything of that nature is terrible.
Sure.
You should not do it. But here's my thing. People have foot fetishes. People have fetishes about, everything. And there's websites on the internet where they can look at that weird, creepy shit and jerk off to it. Okay, fine. Everybody do your thing. So why is it when somebody looks at Google's like naked baby on Google and jerks off to it, they can get arrested? I don't understand that.
Because there's a naked because somebody took a picture of a naked baby. And then by the way, they're not Googling naked baby. They're Googling like, I'm not going to say what they're Googling. I mean, I watch a lot of Law and Order.
But here's the worst part of it. I actually went to Google and I'm like, I don't want to see.
You're going to get arrested.
I know, but I didn't want to see child porn. But I just wanted to see like, okay, let me pretend like I'm a pedophile for a sec.
Okay, by the way, just for the record, police, I have nothing to do with this. I didn't know this. Like, you can literally get arrested for saying
I know, listen, let me finish.
Sorry.
So I typed in naked baby. First of all, I don't understand why anybody would be turned on by that. But
that's the first good thing you said.
But they're sexy. I'm kidding. Okay, back to the Instagram. So I look at this little girl's pictures, and she had makeup on. She had her tongue out. She was doing like the peace sign. She was doing a backflip, and one of them she was in the shape of a pretzel, and she put #NoFilters, #pretzel. I mean, like, I'm not making this up. Why are children...
Was she really 6 or was she like 9?
She was 6.
She must have been like 10.
No, I asked her. Her bio on Instagram is, I'm 6, bitch.
Stop it.
No, so why? First of all...
Is she like Honey Boo Boo? Is she fat?
No, she was like a skinny little sexy 6-year-old.
I talked to him about this. It was like 5 years ago, and he followed me on Twitter. And he's like, oh, I saw your Fred is Dead video. I'm like, oh, cool, whatever. And then he goes, so do you want to like talk on AIM? I didn't have an AIM, but I said yes, and I made one. And then we started talking, and I was maybe 19, and he was probably like, honestly, like 15, I don't know. And he was just like, yeah, you live in LA? I'm like, yeah. He's like, where? And I was like, North Hollywood. He's like, oh, I'm here right now. I'm like at a hotel, and I'm like, oh. And he's like, yeah, we should like hang out. It was like 1 a.m. I was like, oh. And then I was like, oh, isn't that kind of weird though? And he's like, no, it's cool. It's just my sister, and she's cool with anything. She's asleep. I was like, what's happening? So I told my mom, who was like watching Nancy Grace, I was like, Mom, I think Fred is trying to fuck me. And my mom's like, I'll drive. And I was like, yeah, okay, that YouTube Monty. So then I was just like setting up them hangout. And then I said something. I made like a really, really gross joke about like blowing him or something because I thought it was going there.
Right.
And then he blocked me. And blocked me on Twitter. Blocked me on everything.
Wow.
Deleted every tweet he had sent me. And I was just like, I went too far. We never talked about it. And then I met him 3 years later and it was cool. And now it's like this weird thing where we're friends. But I want to be like, were you trying to fuck me? Yeah. Also, were you trying to catch a predator? Like, what was happening?
Yeah, what was going on?
The acting thing ever was, before I was even a YouTuber, was like some YouTube video with the Fine Brothers. I was just an actor on Craigslist. And she was there and she was like 6 and she sat on my lap.
What?
Fucked her good. Kidding! I ruined her. With as many black guys. She did probably with that guy in that
She's
van.
15. Stop it.
She's growing up. She's almost 16.
Not.
She told us, when I asked her, I said, how old are you? She said 15. I said, that's so young. She's like, I'm almost 16. As if when she turned 16, we could talk about dicks to her.
Yeah.
Probably not.
I don't know what porn is.
Oh.
So what is pornography?
Porn is a type of filmmaking.
Oh, it's a filmmaking. Yay! Like this. We're making porn together.
No, we're not making
come on
porn.
down and watch Ralphie the Grown Man make porn with an 8-year-old.
No.
Almost not. Porn for little kids. Makes us grow up to be strong like...
So, Millie, you a fan of the D?
Talking about your big dick? What does dick mean?
What? No! I was talking about D like Deezy. Man, where did you learn how to talk like that?
From watching Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez?
Yeah, and iCarly. She's so cool and attractive. I love the way her hair flows down her back and brushes over her tight ass. Oh, that shit's so hot. And you know her and her butch friend experiment. I mean, wouldn't you, Deezy? Oh, and her newly developed breast. They're speaking to me. They're saying, hey, Millie, do you want to suck on us? Ooh. I mean, don't you think she's sexy, Daisy? Hey, what does sexy mean?
Jump Pluff!
Daisy, did you just come?
What? No!
Wait, Daisy, follow question? What does coming mean? Can you explain it to me in graphic detail?
But by far, the worst thing of
No, shut up the last goddamn
Shane, can I ask you a question, Shane?
What?
Shane, will you fuck
Jason!
Shane, wait, follow-up question?
What?
What does fucking mean?
No, wait through there. You don't quit.
It's fucking bad.
Why don't you touch yourself a little bit?
What do you mean, like my face?
Wait, you're not moving your lips.
Oh, like my face?
No, touch a little lower.
Like my underdeveloped breast?
Hey, who the fuck is this guy, Millie? Millie, who the fuck is this guy?
Why are you so angry?
I'm gonna fucking rape you, bitch! Turn the fuck around! Turn the fuck around!
Wait,
Hey,
Billy,
put the camera here!
Billy, hold on. Shane, hold on, Billy. Shane, what?
I laid my cat down on her back.
You gonna get arrested for this?
I don't know. No.
Think about it.
I don't think so.
Okay, go ahead.
I didn't penetrate. I laid the cat down on her back, and then I moved her little chicken legs, like, spread open or whatever. And I was like, if I just, hump, but, on her tummy, that's not weird. Whatever. And then I humped it, and it kept going, and I came all over the cat.
No, you did not.
It was my first sexual experience.
Well, Muffins is already asleep over there, so I'm gonna go join her. And we're gonna have a wild cat night.
the dance. Okay, really quick, I just need to point it out. Oh no, he's obviously ready to have sex with me. Dirty little dog.
Want us to think about having sex with animals at a young age? Because that fucked me up.
Oh yeah, Daddy likes.
I'm sorry, I blamed it.
Oh my god, he does this every time.
He's sickening me.
It was planned. Mario came when I needed him most. And I needed to feel unconditional love. And I needed to remember, I don't know. I don't want to get too much into the internet because it feels so stupid right now, to even think about that. But it was a thing. It was having something a person. I mean, it's a cat, but it felt so much bigger than that. And I connected to him on such a crazy level. This cat was my soulmate. That cat, I knew him, he knew me, he trusted me. The second day that he was there, he came up to me, he let me pet him, he let me give him a bath, he didn't even move, he enjoyed getting a bath. That's so crazy, so many things. And when he passed away, I felt this intense, warm light. The only way I can explain it is a golden light. It was golden, I could feel it. And it was like an angel. Mm-hmm. And I knew, I was I think he was my angel, my guardian angel. I feel him right now. And I went down to his room. And I mean, you were with me. It was the room, I could feel it. I got full body, chills, the hair on my arms stood up. And I felt this peace and this love that I can't explain. It was so much love at one time. And I haven't felt that love in so long.
And I realized, Shane, you can't go and say shit like that and just throw it out there, because there are repercussions and people actually have feelings.
Sister, talk about a two-way twister, shaking up the family tree with simply secret recipe. Sister. Snooky? Yeah. So what do you want to do? I can't believe I'm here. Look at, I'm singing in front of Simon and my girl Paula. And my boo Randy. Yo, man, we got a hot one right here. Oh, thanks, boo.
I'm recording.
Not you, bitch. I got a hot pocket.
I have to go back.
Bomb as hell.
Record it.
Mine are always about somebody breaking into my house and taking my computer. But then it always scares me, because I'm if somebody stole my computer, you know how much blackmail they would have on me? I mean, the fact that I haven't been on to catch a predator yet is a miracle.
And my girl Paula.
I just woke up.
And my boo Randy. Yo, man, we got a hot one right here. Oh, thanks, boo. Not you, bitch. I got a hot pocket.
I've never had
bomb as hell.
Tell me what I do when I think more than anybody knows.
Are you sure about this, girl? Don't be stupid. Bro, you cannot be calling anyone stupid when you is wearing a fruit basket on your head. Whatever, you're just jealous of all my cute ass hats, don't lie.
Oh, look, there's Allie. She's going out with the baddest boy in school.
You mean that lesbian with the baseball hat?
He's Johnny. He's so hot.
Okay, you know what? We are so over, Johnny.
Whatever, backwoods. I'll just find another Indian virgin to have sex with. Backwoods.
As acting president of Degrassi Student Council body, I, Liberty Van Sant, am here to welcome you to Degrassi. But I must warn you, if you're a troublemaker, I'll be on your ass like flies on dog shit, little girl. Hey! Where's JT? It was time to let go of him, and I just wanted to let you know that I, Liberty Van Sant, am choosing you to be my new object of affection.
How you doing? Welcome to the Wendy Williams Show.
Now, this is a story all about how my life got twisted upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there and tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air. Yeah. Bum 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 bum.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Yes, it is me, the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. How sly do I look? I mean, really. Cuckoo!
Hey, Corbin, you know what I want to do? Get naked, sing show tunes, and tickle each other's asshole with a feather.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Yes, you guessed it. I'm a chocolate bunny. Or at least that's what it looks like. I was trying to go for Nicki Minaj, but this is what happened. Nikki, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I actually really like you. Don't
Trying to be racist, but all I'm saying is bitches should stick to what they know. And what they need to be doing is making videos about how to give good blowjobs and get good nails. That was kind of racist, wasn't it? I didn't mean it to be. Oops. Whatever, I already said it, can't take it back. Maybe I'll try the, Angry Asian? Never mind, go to bed. Oh, good, she's passed out. Now make me some grandkids. I'll give you two some privacy. Oh my god, is she okay?
She does that all the time. Attention, whore!
Get into my car and drive to Home Depot. You're standing outside, so I yell on delay and you hop in my ride. Who's gonna clean that up? Lupe! I hope my maid doesn't slip on this, because you know how Mexicans like to file lawsuits.
No, I had to go to the doctor's today, and they said I had swine flu, and that I got it from a friend.
You must have got it from some sick, dirty, nasty Mexican or something. Ew. Just because I don't believe in other religions.
What about Scientology?
No.
And the friends.
Hey, buddy. I'm here to tell you it doesn't get better. Think about it.
Okay guys, I'm so glad today's video's over. Remember, you guys, love yourself, love others, and I love you. And also, form your own opinions. Don't want to let anyone else influence you, and think about your opinions very hard before you make a decision on this matter. Love you guys. Bye.